right.
Yo.
I got the applause on time. Woo! All right. Woo. All right. Before we get too into it, another applause for all of you out there in the chat, because we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And as is tradition with all of my streams, I appreciate all the lurkers and just the lurkers.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say the other names today.
The other one's for another one.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yes, it is another couple weeks that have gone by. I'm sorry, Good Morning Brickroll has been sporadic. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on, and every once in a while, we might just need a break. For me, it's been really a lot to do with like work stuff, which I'll get to in just a minute. But yes, I do apologize. It has been, I think, 2 weeks since we had our last one, so it is good to be back. Brick Babe might join us today. She's at something called TCon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I thought would just be about t-shirts, but I'm going to probably just assume I'm very wrong about that. I guess nobody else knows.
I haven't the slightest clue.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is.
All right. Well, if she joins us,
maybe it's drinking tea.
No, it's like t-shirt tea.
Because it was TEE.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a con for t-shirts, but
okay.
I mean, they're always at cons, but I haven't seen one for it. Yeah. So yeah. But regardless, she's doing that, and I guess they had a Wi-Fi outage or something. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. iBrick Ubrick is, he's got a busy life. Look, we all have families, kind of, different types of families, big, small, maybe, it's just that you and a partner, maybe it's you and, I don't know, a bunch of kids. It's hard to say, but like sometimes life just gets in the way of this morning show. And speaking of life, Drew Bricks also, is on a very long extended life vacation thing. I don't really know how to put it. I do need to reach out to him though and see how he's doing, see if he's ready to come back or not. Because I mean, I know I've mentioned this before, and I know there's a lot of fans of the show, and I obviously appreciate that. But we're getting fairly close to episode 300. I've been running this show now for feels like several years. So it's a very good possibility the show will come to a conclusion. And I keep thinking like that number 300 would probably be a good number to kind of end it on a high note, maybe. It's not 100% guaranteed, but there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and it's really difficult to do running 2 streams and then trying to even do like a video here or there, and then obviously a job and a life and stuff like that.
Right.
So I gotta let go of something. I gotta let go of something. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, yes. We are now at another new Good Morning Brickworld. Obviously, thank you all for being here. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, panel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Also, you see my dog in the background. Mrs. Hive is up north, so Xana doesn't know what to do with herself. So normally she would just be up laying in bed or laying on the couch next to Mrs. Hive, but since Mrs. Hive's not here, she's like, I guess I have to spend time with Daddy.
Just have to be on the show,
right?
Yeah, she's not concerned with fame and fortune. She just wants snacks and naps. That's all she cares about. And belly rubs. Yeah. Can you imagine being reincarnated as a spoiled dog?
Ugh.
Just get fed snacks, get your belly rubbed.
Yeah,
and then take naps. I mean, she takes naps from other naps and breaks from other breaks. Like she's like, all right, I got to take a break from this break.
Yeah,
you're right.
I swear I'm thinking about doing like a vlog for the dog.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be pretty boring, honestly. Like, could she just be sleeping on the couch a lot?
It could be the mini sleep spots of her.
I mean,
like I was on the bed earlier this week.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There have been times it would make interesting video. When she killed a baby rabbit and took it upstairs and laid it next to Mrs. High's feet.
Ooh.
When she chases the ducks. I've told the story about like one day, like I was, I opened the garage door out back to let her out, and there was a stork standing, or well, yeah, I guess be standing, not sitting, on the side of the pool.
Yeah.
Stork's pretty big.
Right.
So Xana like started running, but like she was on the concrete, so she didn't get a grip. So she was like almost running in place for a second. So as soon as that stork saw us like open the door and saw the dog, it started like to fly away, right? But it's just like it's a big bird, man. So
right.
It's not like the ducks where they can fly really fast. Like
right.
So it's like flapping its wings. And Xana missed this, almost got its feet like by inches, dude. Because she jumped up.
Right.
The bird had just enough flight, man. It got away. I was like, dude, that stork was lucky. Because that wouldn't have been good.
That wouldn't have been good.
No. The ducks, man. The ducks like play chicken with the dog all the time. Yeah, they know. They're teasing it. And look,
it's
not like they understand what I'm saying, but I don't care. I tell the ducks, I'm like, you guys.
I tell the ducks,
I can't help you, man. I mean, if it's over if she gets you.
Take cover, do something.
I know, they don't listen. Anyways, so before we get started, let's go around the panel. Lego Longoria, how have you been, man?
Good, man. Good. Just enjoying this 3-day weekend. So I'm off tomorrow, and the girls are off tomorrow. So we're just gonna try to sleep in and do nothing. Maybe catch up on some laundry, catch up on some cleaning. I've made a mess of the Lego room again somehow, and so I got to clean that up.
I know.
My wife and I started a project. It's been about 6 months. I got a bag full of free Lego from one of my daughter's friends' moms that she's like, I just want to get rid of it. And so there were some partial sets in there. So we've decided now's the time to go through those buckets and part everything out and part each set by set. So we've started the Central Perk is what we're working on.
Nice,
man. Basically broke down what we had and checked off what we had part wise. And now we're looking for the remainder of the parts to see what we got. So just try to dwindle that down. So that's our project right now.
Man, and I'll tell you what, any free Lego is good Lego. That's what, a lot of people over the years, like when they know I like Lego, and they'll be like, oh, I don't want to get you a Lego set you already have. And I'm like, right. I'll part it out. I'll figure it out. Or I'll combine it with the other one and make it bigger or something, Quarterbrick, what's going on with you? How you been?
Pretty good. It's I always say August is the start of fall, but because I was traveling, I didn't get to do my August changes. So now I'm just working on switching out the background, because even though we got a heat wave out here, it's still about Halloween time. I don't care what anybody says.
Candy corn all the way.
I don't know about candy corn.
Yeah, I know that's kind of a 50-50 with a lot of people. But Halloween's coming, eventually here soon. But fall in general is always fall is one of my favorite times. I
love fall.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can be kind of depressing in a sense because all the leaves die, it seems like the color just drains away for a while. Then it starts getting colder, but there's a different sense to it to where, I know it's going to sound like a weird analogy, but what fall kind of reminds me of is like when you're in bed under a warm blanket, but it's freezing outside. Like you might have the fan on or the window open, but that's like this weird, comfortable feeling of because you're cozy underneath your blanket. I feel like that's how fall is. That's a really weird analogy, I know, but still.
I get it. Yeah.
No, I get it. I sleep with the AC and fan blasted on me because that's the only way I can really fall asleep. Is cold and nice and warm under the blanket.
Yeah. Well, and I almost gotta have air movement, even if it's not cold necessarily. I just gotta have some. I can't stand stale air. But I did. I know. I did notice your background. You're at like a different angle and everything. So.
Oh yeah, that's because I'm all over here. It's just a mess. I'm switching everything out.
Yeah, I've been rearranging stuff as well. Background stuff like that. I've been trying to figure out how I want to do stuff, but in due time. So the topic for today is going to be cities, Lego cities. And, we've talked about it in the past, but it's a pretty big subject. And it's always interesting to get everybody's feedback on how they do cities and stuff like that. If you would like to show me, or not show me, but if you would like us
Show
to
me the
highlight-
money.
show me the money. If you'd like to show me the money, I will accept that. If you would like to show your city on the show, send it to Instagram, and I'll try and get it and see if we can highlight it before the show's over with. If not, I'll definitely highlight it on the next show just as a recap for anybody that wanted to let everybody see their city.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will be the topic for today. And yeah, I guess we should go ahead and get into the bulletin board, and then we'll get into the highs, hellos, and how are yas. So bulletin board. Before we get to that real quick, it's the end of the month. So it's member giveaway time. So I'll be giving away.
Nice.
Speaking of fall.
Nice.
So I'll be giving this away to one lucky member.
Never got that.
Also, I do apologize. I know I'm way behind on getting stuff sent out. I've slowly been sending things out here and there, but I promise I haven't forgotten anybody. Everything's documented, so I will get it out to you. All right, bulletin board. I wanted to start this one off by saying something like, I guess, a little bit more of on a personal note. But it does affect like the channel and things like that. And that's my job. So a lot of people that watch the show enough or watch my channel, they've heard me talk about how stressful my job is and stuff like that, and how it takes up a lot of my time, to the point when I started, it was so crazy that I had to actually stop Good Morning Brickworld for a couple of months. It didn't really. Not only did it not get any better, it just progressively got worse and worse. So I did the best thing I could think of and take the best medication that I could think of and quit. So yeah, I was just like, laid my keys and the phone on the superior's desk.
Wow.
Said, peace out.
Congratulations.
Wait, you should have done like a mic drop or a sound effect for that. You can't just lay it to us dull like that. Anticlimactic, but climactic.
I know. I really felt like I should have done a whole like song and dance, but look, I've in the last few years actually, I even made a video about it a few years ago. The last job that did this very similar type thing. And the overall message is, and this is very important for people to understand, because I know sometimes it feels like we're stuck, we're locked into something because we don't have a choice. You either jump in the rat race and do what you got to do, or you're going to be a bum, or you can go live out in the woods. But if you want to live in society and have a home and buy Lego or whatever, like you gotta work, you know what I mean? So it feels like you could be stuck, and I completely understand that. And I am in a very, very privileged position to where I'm able to at least have a gap of jobs, which is normally something I don't do. But Mrs. Hive makes enough money to be able to help. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have that luxury. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you cannot put a price on a peace of mind. And work is important, but working yourself into a mental or physical issue where you're gonna have anxiety attacks. I'm old enough to where I can have a goddamn heart attack, man. Like, and like I start feeling pains, my arm and my chest and stuff, and just all kinds of stuff. And look, again, work is important, but not at the cost of your health.
Right.
Because if you get sick or you die, well, then you're not gonna be paying any bills anyways. So, sometimes it takes time to figure things out, but I had to do what was best for me. In every job I've ever had, if I've left, I always give like 2 weeks or 30 days notice, but I just couldn't do it anymore. So that being said, I'm hoping with other issues or other things going on, like it might help free up me a little bit of time that I can take care of some other stuff, like you said, with the channel or things like that. So that is, what I wanted to first off start with the bulletin board.
Yeah, that's big news, man.
Right.
Well, like I said, it's not something I normally would do or even condone. It's not very professional. It's not a good work ethic type thing. And even though I can work my way around it because I'm old enough and stuff, it's not, if you're younger, you definitely don't want to lose 7-8 months worth of work investment into a place and then can't necessarily use them as a reference.
Right.
I'm sure you can use any one of us as a reference. We'll be fine.
No, I mean like as a professional, like a work.
Yeah,
because you don't want to, you don't necessarily want someone to be like, oh, well, then what have you been doing for several months? You've been not working, if you just leave it as a gap.
Yeah.
So, just like if you're younger, it's definitely something you got to make sure you're careful about.
No, that's when you say you like worked a job with the NDA or you have to like be a full-time caregiver. Come on.
I mean, like I said, I got a good enough resume now, and I'm old enough now. I could just tell them, be like, yeah, I just wanted to be a nomad for a while. I went on walkabout throughout the states. Like that guy in the Kung Fu show.
Yeah.
So, all right. But moving on. Replay gang. Thank you, as always, for your replay game. It's always very strong. Your replay game is strong like bull. Let's see here. Please support our co-hosts. Links, to their stuff is in the description below. Support even the ones that aren't here. They would appreciate it. I promise you they would appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
If you would like to support me, support this channel, support any of the endeavors that I do on this channel, there's many things you can do. You can become a subscriber, you can become a member, you can throw out a super chat. We have like super chat clips and stuff. I did put some new ones out there. You can think about us before you go to bed, talk about us when you're at dinner with the fam. I don't know. Anything that you do helps. Let's see here. If you would like your sig fig to be in the intro or any other videos that I do on this channel that involve sig figs, you can send them to the P.O. box in the description below. I am currently working on a city video. I've got everything filmed except for my train POV videos.
Nice.
I like to have a little train action going through the city. But all these sig figs are in the city video. Just one of those things. But yeah. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to mention about sig figs and stuff. Y'all might have noticed in the intro this morning, I didn't have any names. I just just had everybody, just had everybody in the video. It was just something I wanted to try. I ain't gonna lie, it made my life a hell of a lot easier doing the intro.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, because I've mentioned before about it's a lot of process. First I have to just think of where I want to put all the sig figs. You know what I mean? And I have a big enough city to where I can constantly move them around and change them and stuff like that. So trying to just think of a good display for all of them, that's the first process. And then I got to film it all. Then I got to edit it and cut it down and make sure like the timing is everything can be in enough time. And then going through all the 50 some odd names. It takes time. So I don't know. I was just like, you know what? If you know your sig fig, you see your sig fig out there?
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
So look, I don't know. I think when I have enough time, I'll definitely put the names in. And when I'm a little bit more short on time, because that's the other thing too. Because somebody was asking me the other day, they're like, why don't you just use the same intro for your streams? And we don't have to do a new one every week or whatever. And look, it's tempting, and I might actually do that. Or maybe just slow down and maybe make 2 a month.
Yeah, make 4 and then alternate them.
Yeah, or just something like that. Because the reason I change them is because I love lore and like I know this sounds kind of weird, but like subliminal type messages and stuff that you guys like. If you watched the intros multiple times, and just looked around, you know what I mean? Like you'll see different stuff all the time. And a lot of you, I know, catch a lot of stuff because you tell me about it. You might see a reoccurring character in the background. You might see some some minifig that you're pretty sure looks like somebody. Some people literally ask me like, "Hey, is that so and so?" And because there's no name, it's not like a sig fig. It's just something I put out there. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's that person. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff. I know one person was tracking the Sith holocron because
Oh wow.
I have that out in the city every once in a while and stuff. Actually, a lot of times. So there's just a lot of stuff. So that's why I always make different ones.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the bulletin board, everybody. I think it's time to say good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh yeah.
let me do this thing here real quick. Oh my god, it's so loud. Why is it so loud? Oh. Because that was I was turning the sounds down, not the background music. Ah, there we go. Much better. That is kind of like the theme song for the show. I know we've talked about it before in the past. It's been on the show for years now. I thought about changing it, but everybody's like, no.
That could be the one constant.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows it's gonna stick though. Especially if someone's listening in. It's like, oh, okay, I'm on the morning top parts and hellos.
Thank God it's a copyright-free song, man. Jeez. I'd be dodging bullets left and right now. Man. I get so many times, there's so many times I get hit on Fury and Fury.
Oh, really?
Monetized. Usually it's copyright stuff. Every once in a while, I say one curse word one too many times or something. I don't know. But I'm like, maybe I should just review it or have it changed or whatever. But I'm like, it's only open to the public for the weekend, so I'm like, it doesn't even matter,
Yeah.
Anyways, it's all about integrity. Something like that. Anyways, all right, here we go. Stickler, good morning. Hell yes, good morning. Purple is back. Look at that flaming heart there. That's great. Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. Better than ever. Great way to start my workday. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I love listening to podcasts and streams and stuff while I'm working. It's very entertaining. That's why sitting on a stoop is a big one I like to listen to when I'm working. Yeah, good stuff. What's up, Slurpee? Says, good morning.
Oh,
good morning to you. Cajun A-Fall out there says, good morning, everyone. I will have to watch the replay later today. That's morning, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate the engagement and the replay. Multigasm Geek says, good morning, Brick World. Welcome back, co-host and beautiful chat family. Happy Sunday. Man, happy Sunday to you too. Gosh, this is one of the reasons why I like Good Morning Brick World. It's so friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hug.
Oh yeah, no one woke up
warm
on
hug.
bed.
Yeah, I mean, Pure and Fury is like a slap. I mean, sometimes it's to the face, sometimes it's to the butt, but it's still a slap. But Good Morning Brick World is like a nice warm hug, man.
Yeah.
You can't help but smile. Super Hawk Bricks.
What up?
Happy Sunday, peeps. Let's go. What's going
Yeah.
on? It's good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Papa Trip.
Papa
What's
Trip.
going on, Papa Trip? Says, good morning,
Yo.
Brick World friends. Really hope everyone is safe, well, and enjoying the holiday weekend. I keep forgetting it's a holiday. I keep forgetting I have to work tomorrow.
Well, yeah. Well, you wouldn't have to work anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Wait, hold on. There we go. That was a good one. See, look, it's not easy, but sometimes you just got to look at life and just roll with the punches, man. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
And let Lego Longoria throw out some good quicks out there, man. That was good. I can't wait to tell Mrs. Hive that way. Oh gosh. Dude, but you know what, man? She's noticed even just in the last few days, how different I've been, how much happier.
Yeah.
Just this tremendous weight, just slowly lifting away from me. Yeah, it's quite amazing, man. Dude, stress can literally kill you, man.
Oh yeah.
It can. It's crazy. Let's see here. Pulling out of HHI this morning to visit Dax and Charleston to replay it for us this week. Well, we appreciate the replay, gang, and
nice.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Safe travels.
Yeah. My bricks and me. Good morning, everyone. Happy
Good
birthday Sunday.
morning.
What is going on? It's good to see you, Gina. Let's see here. Scott's Blocks out there. What's going on, Scott's?
What up?
Let's see, Scott's.
Yo.
What's going on, Scott? Let's see here. Ultra Bricks in the house. Afternoon. Good to see you. Good to see you. Pink Wheels.
Pink
What's going
Wheels.
on? Good morning to you. Rapture Raccoon out there.
Morning.
It's me the funniest thing this morning. I'm not gonna waste your 10 seconds of your guys' time, but it did waste 10 seconds of mine. But it was funny. It was funny. It was hilarious. Let's see here. Christine Harper, what is going on, Christine? Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Iceberg Bricks, what's going on, Mel? Good to see you.
What up, dude?
Hey.
Morning.
A lot of y'all, Iceberg just made me think of this. I've been traveling out there, going on these different conventions and stuff. Also, gosh, I wish I would have thought about it and shared it, man. Iceberg made this awesome, like, kind of 3-dimensional mosaic type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was like a Marvel villain, heroes and villains thing. Yeah, it was awesome. If we have time, like towards the end, because we don't have any. I don't think we have any segments today, actually. So if we got some time, we'll show it off. It was really good. It was really good, man. Let's see your fall equinox. What is going
What
on?
up? Good morning.
Hey.
Says, yay! Now it feels like a Sunday again. Oh, that's sweet. Look, I'm gonna make me start blushing. Let's see your clicking clips out there.
What
Yo, good morning, everyone. If you had to choose vending machine or Soundwave,
Soundwave.
yeah, I'd go with Soundwave.
I do vending machine.
Yeah. All right. But look, there you go. It was a variety of answers. I mean, it was only 50-50 to choose, but I mean, anyway. What do you like better, minifigs or Transformers? Honestly, I know everybody would probably think I just choose minifigs quick, but that's not exactly an easy choice, man. And it's not even a matter if it's old school or newer school Transformers, man. Transformers are just rad, dude.
Yeah, I think I want to pick Transformers just because I didn't get all of them when I was a kid. Like, if I had that choice, I'd get all of them right now.
And I'll tell you something else I love. I love the art of Transformers.
Mhm.
Not every single art of Transformers, but definitely the stuff that you see on the boxes. Definitely like Generation 1 art. I don't know what it is. It's just something about I don't know if the right word I'm thinking of, maybe shapes or something.
Mhm.
I'm also a big gear porn person,
Yeah.
man. Like when it comes to ships and weapons, especially like cool science fiction weapons, obviously lightsabers at the top of the list, but like I just love stuff like that, man. All right. Where we at? Where we're at? Chef T, what's going on? What's cooking, brother?
What up?
What's cooking? Let's see here. Stephanie, good morning to you. Appreciate you. Glad to see you. Lonely One Kenobi, good morning, my
Morning.
friend. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Who else is out there? Oh, I know. McDowell's. I know, man. It's because every once in a while I like to just shop for just random t-shirts, especially when it comes to like 80s nostalgia stuff I grew up with. I mean, I know I wasn't supposed to watch it because I was a kid when I first saw it, you know what I mean? But dude, I was also watching RoboCop, Lost Boys, you know what I mean? Like, when I was like, whatever, 10, 11, 12, something like that.
Mhm.
But even back then, like some of the jokes I didn't understand until I was older, but even back then, it was just so funny. I could tell it was so funny and so silly, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. I just loved growing up on dirty humor, I guess you could say. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, all right, enough of the nostalgia. Let's see, keeping a tally. Hopefully not me cursing. Jesse's Brick Galaxy in the house. Good morning, Jesse.
Morning.
Magic Man.
Morning.
Magic Man. And when I say magic, I'm not talking about like Hocus Pocus, David Copperfield stuff. I'm talking about like D&D. Not that Hocus Pocus, David Copperfield stuff is bad. I actually know a lot of magic tricks. I should show you guys one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
fact.
Really?
My dad taught me. My dad had a lot of very interesting jobs, and one of them was a magician. Yeah. So I learned.
Learn something new on Good Morning Brick Road every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, what's funny is, of course, this is my personality. Like, I know some that are just really entertaining. I've even, when I was younger, would use them to sometimes pick up girls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But some of them I've used to make money.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Because
yeah, no, you
I'll be
definitely can.
betting people stuff, man, and like it's some of like really most of it's not really magic. It's more of just trickery, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'll
yeah,
tell you
sleight
guys one
of
day
hand
when
stuff.
when we get more time.
Oh, yeah.
Smokey.
Smokey.
What's going on,
Okay.
Smokey? It's good to see you. So good
Morning.
morning, hi, Longoria, Quarterbrick, and chat. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, my friend. Are we missing anybody? I haven't gotten to the bottom of the chat yet. Hoarder66, good morning to you, my friend.
What up?
I always talk about one of the best names out there, Hoarder66, because some of us, it seems like we're hoarding bricks.
I mean, I don't know. In a minute, that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know. Yes, we have some news today. But yeah, also I just love the mashup with the Order 66. But it's good to see my friend. Mize, what's going on? Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Morning.
Good to see you.
Morning.
I'm just kind of making sure. Southern Brick Guy, what is going on?
What
my
up?
friend?
Morning.
Good to see you. Let's see. Hope you've been well. Who else is out there? That stork used all its good karma from giving out babies to escape from Xana. Dude, oh my god, because some things I just wish I could have filmed, but there's one, I don't know if I would have got my camera out fast enough, but two, I was watching it, I was just staring and like wondering, I was like, is Xana gonna get that stork? Like, what is that gonna be like, man? Because it's one thing if she gets a duck, it's gonna be sad, because the ducks are like family around here, and they love coming to our house because they like going in the pool,
Right.
But I'm like, that stork is huge. Like, that's just not gonna be good. So yeah, I know. Good on the stork. YOLO.
You can eat a duck, but not a stork, maybe, right?
Right.
I don't know what it tastes like, but yeah, you can eat anything. Let's see here. It's good to see you, YOLO. Holy cow, I actually caught the show at a pretty reasonable time. Yeah, man.
Hey, nice.
Well, technically, once the show's here, we're always here. It's
Yeah.
permanently on the internet, so you're always welcome to come back. Okay, let's see. Who else is out there? Anybody else? Oh, I see Supa. What's up, Supa?
What up?
Yo.
I like that name, by the way. Good morning, Brickroll. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Morning.
We always like to see new people around. This is a good place to get a sense of community. We try to, spread the love. Try to represent everybody as much as we could. If I could quit my job, it would be a dream. You mean like you quit your job in your dream and you woke up?
Leave it to you.
Look, I didn't. It was really bizarre. Because I won't get into everything, but just I had a meeting with the property manager and the regional manager, and the property manager's new and didn't have a whole lot to say, and she's awesome, cool person, man. And I really didn't want to do this because she's new and everything, and obviously now they got to find someone else to replace me. But like, I just let the regional have it. I can't. Yeah, I really thought that they would have just fired me anyways for the way I was talking. I mean, I wasn't like yelling and screaming or nothing like that, but I told them, I was like, yeah, all these issues are upper management problems. You know what I mean? Like, they're the ones that have been horrible at directing all this stuff the right way. So, but yeah, and then they gave me an ultimatum. So I just like, all right. I just laid my phone and the keys on the desk. I was like, well, that's it. I'm done.
Like, you sure about that?
I mean, I don't know if they thought I was just gonna stay, but whatever. That's what happens every once in a while. Like I said, you got to do what's good for you.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
And look, and the other reason I wasn't freaking out worried, it's not just because Mrs. Hive, because trust me, she will help. But I ain't gonna be just not making money, dude. That ain't gonna happen. Trust me.
Right.
It's not even gonna just let it happen, I'll be able to get another job easy. Just I've been in this field for a long time. Like I said, I know what my worth is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in this field, like I'm really good at my job.
You can talk your mess and back it up.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could literally go into your guys' house and disassemble, take apart, fix anything in your house, man. You know what I mean?
You're more than welcome to if you like.
Right. Come on down.
Hey, you got nothing to do for a while.
Look, don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time. That's what
I got the projects, man.
can find.
Mr. Hive, there's a gap on your resume. Yeah, I was killing Ewoks for a year and a half. Yeah, man, Ewoks.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good
God.
I was killing
Yeah,
you.
can you imagine? Like, they're like, oh, it says here you're an Ewok hunter.
Yeah.
Yes, I was trained by the best.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up.
Raccoon says, why does it matter to hiring companies if you take a break between jobs? I've never understood that unless they are bitter because you can't. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff because I want everybody to understand something. I think you should have good work ethics. I think you should earn your keep. I think you should provide something to society, pay your taxes. Now we can debate on taxes, how much and where it goes and all that. But, you know what I mean? Like, be a good working civilian, But at the same time, life isn't about work. It really isn't. That's something that we just have to do, this rat race that we're in. But yeah, there's a lot of things that, and it's different in different countries, but here in America for us, it's definitely something that is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not for every single person. And some people work really hard to get where they're at and stuff. But for a lot of us, even working hard, like some of us are just lost. You don't know what you want to do, or maybe, dude, so many jobs I'm overqualified for, but I literally can't. I can't. They won't hire me because I don't have a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But I could do circles around these people, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you don't learn it, but it just, I don't know. And I'm not talking about being a doctor either. Those are whole different things.
Right.
But yeah, I agree, Raccoon. There's just a lot of stuff that, okay, I took a break for a while. It doesn't mean I'm not a good worker or I'm just like some bum that didn't, what if I saved money and just wanted to take, a break for a while? Like there's all kinds of things that, know. And you know what? As long as I come to work, it's none of your business what I do outside of work.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as like, you're like, well, he's definitely got a good track record, or hey, this or this or this, And here's the other thing I've learned as a manager. A lot of times people can say or do anything. You can see anything in an interview. But once you have them on the floor or whatever.
They'll change.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different story. They could be even better than you thought or way worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, get cooped. What's up, brother?
Man.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Send it, and I'll have it in the city. Because also the Halloween episode's coming up soon. Whatever. I mean, we got like 2 months, I guess, basically. But I talk about.
Should have had it done yesterday. It's Halloween now.
But that one's always
the background,
right? But that's a fun one because usually there's something very Halloween related. We're all fighting monsters, or I was talking about a couple weeks ago, or whatever it was, that one of them, zombies ate pretty much all of us. Like we were just in pieces all over the place. Yeah, just good times. Hoarder 6 says, hi, you change your whole layout around. I'm working on it. I'm working on some different stuff. You can see I hung up the gun ship, and the land speeder. Just messing around, trying to see what I want to do.
You changed some of the lights too, I think, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Also, eventually I got to build that X-Wing. So I'm not just displaying the box. I mean, it was a funny joke for a while, just displaying the box instead of the actual X-Wing. But I'm like, I got to build that thing, man. Hive, when you hit 300 episodes, go into syndication.
Oh,
it's like what reruns, right?
No, syndication is like, I guess so.
I can make.
Reruns.
I could, and I've thought about doing this, but again, it's just a lot of extra stuff with all I'm already doing. But I could like chop up the streams, both this and like Pure Ant Fury, and make clips. Because streamers do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bigger streamers and stuff usually do it all the time. And that would just at least help. And a lot of people can just get bite-sized stuff out of the shows, but it just, again, takes some time. I need an editor, but then I need to make money to pay an editor. So, yeah. Mayo, what's going on? Good morning, Brick Road.
What up?
I'm typing editing my city update while listening. Oh, so there we go.
Oh, yeah.
City update, yeah. Did someone say Tegrity? Shop Tegrity Farm. Oh, I got that reference. Let's see here. They have the golden arches on McDowell's. I have the golden arcs. Dude, I know, right? It's just like I used a clip for the PFR intro the other day with what was You know the band Sexual Chocolate.
No, yeah.
Oh God.
Is it Randy? Is it Randy Jackson? I can't even think of the name right now.
It's
But
not Randy Jackson, but I
when he was
thought it was
singing the
Randy. Yeah.
when he was singing the Whitney Houston song, you know, like
Yeah.
Show Me the Future. And then one guy in the audience, one guy's clapping. I mean, that's
Only
a
one
rip.
guy.
You remember? Thank you. Anyways, yeah, dude, I love comedy so much, man. It's so fun to laugh.
They don't make
Love laughing.
any comedies like that anymore, man.
Mm-mm.
I know. I mean, they're trying. There's some, and it's not like there's nothing funny out there, but yeah, it's not for a lot of us. Not even like old people like me, but I feel like even like millennials, like, you know, got at least a taste of some dirty comedy, you know,
Crude humor.
crude humor, and it's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh at stuff, man. I mean, it doesn't mean you still can't take things seriously and
True.
be a good person, but yeah, man, sometimes it's funny to laugh at dumb, crude shit. All right, anyways, we're moving chefs. Jesse's there's Sidious Sue. What's up, Sidious Sue?
Yo.
Transformers, but I still watch GoBots. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's fine you like GoBots. And I don't hate GoBots. You know what I liked is Mask. You guys remember Mask?
Oh.
That was a good one, man. When like the vehicles change into a different vehicle or something.
I don't remember Mask.
Yeah, man. And they had like these masks, but they were almost like big helmets that would go there. Anyways, yeah, GoBots, man. Psykill was cool. That was the helicopter motorcycle, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't remember.
So, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm old. Let's see here. Transformers. Macro. What the?
Hey.
Remember from 40 months.
Hey.
40 months. That's like older than some kids around here. Cheers. See, congratulations. Yes. And Dario, whoa.
Nice.
Great shirt having this less popular Drew. It's like watching
Oh.
all the girls without Dorothy. Thank you for being a friend. But yo, no, seriously, thank you so much. Let's do a clip.
Yes.
If there's one that you would like, let me know. I'm just gonna throw one out right now. Goodness, what should we do? I mean, it's Good Morning Brickworld, so I don't know if I should do anything violent, right? I mean, should we do something happy? I don't.
Happy.
Joy.
I don't have any Ren and Stimpy. I'm sorry. Let's do some tame Super Troopers. That sounds all right.
Now, what is so damn funny?
Wait, we can't do that because that's a Pyramid Fury. I'm trying to make sure I don't do one that's bad. Hold on, give me a second. Nope, we can't do the Dune one.
Have your finger ready on the bleep button.
Here's a Super Troopers one we could do. Hold on a minute.
Enhance.
Just print the damn thing.
There you go. Look, I can play another one if you want, though, just nothing dirty. But thank you so much, Dario. Appreciate you. All right. I think. Wait. There we go. Bricks by Dre.
Hey,
What's going on,
Andre?
Whoa.
Good to see you. Always good to see you, Andre. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody before we move on. Hey, I think that's it. I think we're good.
All
We
right.
can turn off the happy music. Yeah, time to turn off the happy music because you know what comes next. My son of a bee.
You son of a bee.
Let me take a sip out of this coffee. Trying to cut back on this Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunks.
Yeah, man.
Dunks.
I'm doing all right. You know, kind of. All right, so we got some news to talk about, guys. We got some news. Not all bad news, but we got some news. First, let me go over this here real quick. We're going to just share a couple photos that have to do with some news, and then we'll get into some other type of news. But I think it's important to go over a couple things. All right. So, and we're going to come back to this in a minute, but Lego made, actually, it's not 5 billion, it's 5.4 billion the first half of 2025. Let that sink in, everybody.
Jesus.
Lego profited. This is after they paid expenses and everything else. Profited $5.5 billion in 6 months. And they're coming out with $1,000 Lego set. But we'll get back to that. This is also about the profits. All right. So we got a picture of Jordy for the Trekkies out there.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. And look, I'm just going to go into a mini rant here because I talked about this the other day.
Yep.
While I do think the visor prints, the torso, you got arm printing, all this looks really great. But there's two things I kind of have an issue with, and I'm even more upset because, again, Lego is supposed to be paying attention to detail and doing this stuff right. So first of all, every time I've seen Jordy without his visors on, he has very glossy eyes.
Mhm.
I want to say almost gray or reflective.
Right.
And then in later seasons and maybe different shows, because I'm not a Trekkie, I'm a Star Wars guy, but I swear his eyes almost looked cybernetic almost.
I thought that was the point of it too.
Right. Well, I thought in the earlier years, I thought it was just he couldn't really see, and the visor obviously enhanced his vision and stuff. But I think he gets some upgrades or something maybe later on. But yeah, and even though I'm not going to be too picky about this part because maybe the hair covers it, but on each side of his, on his temples, he has a red dot thing that the visor connects to. So I'm not really keen on these eyes. I think it should be a lot more, no pun intended, reflected on how he really looks.
Yeah.
The other thing, and I wasn't, yeah. The other thing I wasn't 100% on, I even had to look it up, and I looked it up the other night. I was his hair looks too long. I swear he had shorter hair. And then every single picture I saw, he's got a very short, I would say almost military kind of haircut.
Mm-hmm. Even when it's at its longest, it's not that long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some seasons where he had it a little longer, but it wasn't that. It wasn't,
Right. And it's not like I hate the hair or anything. I think it's great to even get all kinds of different styles of hair and stuff like that, especially, for minorities. I think that's very important. But I swear, it looks too long for him. It's just in my own opinion. So, but still, cool fig. Jordy's awesome. And I feel for a lot of Star Trek fans, this is going to be a really great fig. I think Data is another one that would be pretty popular as well. I don't even know if Data's coming. I would imagine Data's coming.
So is this part of a set, or is this just part of a
CMF
series?
This is going to come with the Enterprise.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to come with the Enterprise. There's a whole slew of figs. That's why I'm pretty sure Data's going to be in there too. So, so that's that. Now,
how much are they charging for the Enterprise? $1,000.
$1,500.
Dude. Imagine. Dude, it'd be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. You know how much it would make Star Wars fans mad if the first $1,000 set was the Enterprise instead of Imagine a $1,000 Enterprise, dude. That thing would be awesome.
That would be
awesome.
Well, it should be for the.
Well, yeah, that's true. It should be. Look at that's not a flat top fade.
Yeah, I mean, LeVar Burton's always had his hair like that at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm look, that's not cool. I mean, and I feel some people might say it's petty, but I just feel those two things in particular are, I think, pretty important. I mean, he's blind without his visor. So, anyways, okay. Yeah, I don't want to get worked up about that damn thing.
I'm wondering why they decided to do print and not just the visor like they do for the stormtroopers. They could have.
Yeah. You could have given him the hair with the visor maybe attached and just put it on top. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have worked out well. Interesting. Let's see, Roxanne. I'm just so happy we have something to look forward to other than Star Wars. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, and
that's true.
Yes, I want to really emphasize this comment actually, because it's not even Yes, dude. Of course, Star Wars is like probably the most popular. I'm a Star Wars fan. You know what I mean? But like, dude, I also like some Star Trek. I'm not again. I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie, but I know enough. You know, enough characters, enough. Well, dude, I watched a ton of Next Generation. That was my jam.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
took off.
Yeah. I even remember watching some Deep Space Nine. But I also like Battlestar Galactica. You know, as far as maybe some old nostalgia stuff, I'd love to see a Last Starfighter ship. Dude, there's Farscape, Firefly, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff out there, man, as far as like science fiction is concerned, you know what I mean, that we would really like, man. And they're not gory or violent or something like you could do Battlestar Galactica, you know. You could do Farscape or something, you know what I mean? Well, maybe I don't know about Farscape. That might be there's some stuff in there, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So I totally agree with that. See Bob Brooks. Thank you. That was a good comment. $1,000 Enterprise from Lego World just would be a flat circle segment of the large dish part of the ship. Oh, good one. Oh, wait. Chat's moving too fast. That's a good one. V. They wouldn't do V, but that would be awesome. I don't know. Maybe they would. I don't know. It's so hard to tell with Lego sometimes. I want to see the Leviathan from Farscape. Yeah, Stargate. Oh, that's dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, if we start like thinking about it,
that would be
all
good.
kinds of science fiction stuff that we would love to see. That would be super, super awesome. Yeah. Okay. Let me just get rid of this here, right here. All right. So the first thing. No, you know what? We're gonna save that for last. I'm sorry. We're gonna save that for last. We're gonna save that last because it's gonna tie in a couple other things. I want to make sure we get out. So let's go ahead and start with this. We'll start with the Brick Fan. Last day for double insider points in August 2025, and this came out today. So if you guys want to get some of these insider points, today is the last day to get your orders in for the Lego Double Insider Points shopping event on the LegoShop.com. The only gift with purchase set left is the Lego Simpsons living room when you purchase the Lego Icons Krusty Burger.
Nope.
That says a lot too that they still have so many left. Like, come on.
I feel like there's a lot of Lego. So check this out. I'm sorry to stop this for a second, but I just wanted to normally, because it was the 30th, the new CMF series is coming out September 1st. Spider-Man 1. So normally it's not really a big deal, man. A few days before, Walmart's, Targets, even Kohl's, and you know what I mean, they'll have them out, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I went yesterday just for the hell of it. I haven't done it in a long time. I was Lego Hunter B, and I went out, man. I went to like several Walmarts, a couple Targets. I went to a couple Kohl's, and you know what I saw? I didn't see any Spider-Man CMFs. All I saw were tons and tons of those F1 car CMFs.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm
Like
not
boxes.
surprised.
Boxes of them.
That's so weird because I've been seeing a lot of people post that they've been finding them at Walmart, and I was actually going to go out today to one of the Walmarts that's kind of hidden away to see if I could find anything. But yeah, that's odd that you didn't find anything. Like I'm the same thing. I went to Target the other day, and all I saw was those stupid F1.
I mean, and you know, this isn't completely abnormal because that's why I went looking too, because I've seen people finding them. And normally I'd be able to find them too. So obviously different regions, you know, like a lot of us are jealous, and I feel like it's usually Midwestern areas or something like that, or some of those
right
country areas like that always have like crazy Lego deals. Because if anything even gets close to 50% or 70%, like it's gone before I even get a chance to get to it.
Yeah.
And I can be pretty quick about it. That's why I'm convinced a lot of them are just employees snatching up stuff.
Well, you know what I hate about my local Target's it has done recently? They used to have them in the Lego aisle, like over there.
Oh, but now it's in the cashier.
Now now they have them in each like aisle that you have to check out in. So they just put like 4 or 5 here, 4 or 5 there. So you look like a crackhead running around trying to scan all these, like, oh, excuse me, sorry, I'm not checking out. I'm just trying to scan these boxes.
I know.
And it makes it so much hard. And they put them in the self-checkout. So not only do you have the regular checkouts that you have to go through, now you have to look like an idiot going through the self-checkout ones.
Yeah.
My Target's making it hard for me. I'm like, I'm just going to start going to Walmart then.
I'd be lying too, man. People be looking at me like, it's for charity, you know?
It's for the kids. Get off
It's
my
for the
back.
kids, man. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's for the kids. Yeah, blame it on the kids. Rob Claxton in the house. What's going on, Rob?
Rob?
How you doing, my friend? So all right, yeah. Anyways, back to it. I want this, by the way. It's not unless it gets super cheap. Actually, this is nice too.
I love that. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that. little boat.
I've been really kind of wanting to get a big boat to put out in the water
Mhm.
of the city, of the ocean area. Oh, real quick. Lego is offering double insider points for the following themes: City, Dreams, Friends, and or Ninjago. In addition, you can also earn double insider points on the following sets. Note that there are certain sets that are specific to other countries, such as Europe and the UK. All these ones.
Mhm.
A lot of flowers. Beauty and the Beast Castle. Blacktron. Shuttle aircraft. Twilight. Yes. That's
His
awesome.
favorite.
Yeah. I just feel like if you built mocked a huge museum, this thing would be awesome.
Oh, I know.
Man. Good stuff. Lego Pick a Brick standard service paused. All right. Yeah, this was actually something we're going to wait on because I have a totally separate article about this. All right. It says if you've been on Lego Pick a Brick the last week or so, you may have been disappointed to see that they have paused standard service for North America. First noticed by New Elementary. There are thousands of elements that cannot be purchased anymore except for the best sellers, and Lego has put up a banner notice. As of this post, there are only 1,535 elements available for purchase, with 1,455 of them in the best sellers list. So what is it, like roughly 100 or something, like less than 100 or something like that you can't get? Lego's standard service ships out of Billund, Denmark, while the best sellers are shipped from Illinois. All right. Now when is this? August 30th. So this was yesterday, right?
Yeah. When I saw that article, I immediately went to my Lego because I had some in both in my cart. I had one standards and some bestsellers, and I went and looked, and the standards are gone, and it immediately tells you like, hey, the standards are not available anymore. Your cart has been cleared, like blah, blah, blah. So.
Says there's no official statement on why Lego paused standard service, but we can assume. I want everybody to understand this word right here. Assume. So everybody know what that word means, please. We can assume it is the result of the removal of the de minimis, I can't pronounce that stuff, exemption, which started yesterday. The exception before allowed packages worth less than $800 to enter the U.S. without paying customs on it. With the exemption removed, there are now country-specific tariffs in effect, even though a federal appeals court struck down many of Trump's tariffs. The implementation, God, I can't talk this morning, of the court's orders has been delayed until October. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, especially with the holiday season rolling around. I guess Bricklink will see a little uptick of orders, but international sellers may be impacted because other countries also have suspended and restricted shipments to the U.S. All right, so this is a very complex discussion, and I don't feel like we're really going to get too much out of this right away, because, again, did we lose?
No.
We lost Jay. Oh.
It's the Hive and Longoria show.
There's a lot of different directions with a lot of this stuff. And even some stuff we don't officially know what exactly is going on. We can, again, only assume. Now, something that I want to make sure I clarify about something, okay? I'm not in defense or against tariffs. Tariffs are a very complicated thing. They've been around forever. But whether or not you're for or against them, okay, or whether or not you do believe they do or do not impact a lot of the stuff that's going on, I just need to make sure everybody understands a couple of things also on top of this, okay? Now, I'm not going to speak for other companies. I'm just going to speak on Lego. I just told you guys Lego made $5.5 billion in 6 months. Lego is not hurting at all. If anything, Lego is continuously doing things that I personally think are not very premium, that are just because they're cutting corners. And I think they do a lot of disservice to their customers, on with a lot of different aspects. And people can agree or disagree with me about that. All right. But to say that, something's going to affect them on that kind of level when their profit margins are in the double digits and this and that is a little silly. You know what I mean? And even though I'm only talking about Lego, this goes for all huge corporations and stuff. It seems like they will never take a hit for the customer. Never. Every single thing that happens, no matter how many billions of dollars these companies make, they will always pass the buck down to us. You know what I mean? All the time. But they don't have any issues with shrinkflation, dumbing down sets, making things smaller, putting, instead of us having a cool plastic cup to stack and, use as a, whatever, didn't you want to change to a freaking box? Like there's all kinds of stuff that they do, in my opinion, like I said, that is like not premium. And again, cutting corners that really, in my opinion, just like I said, affect us as a customer, but there's another aspect as well. And I've mentioned this the other night, when the pandemic hit and inflation got up to like 8% and Lego raised, along with other places throughout, the world, raised their prices to these crazy things and said, we have to do it because, we got to make sure we can cover for these costs, whether it was taxes, production costs, tariffs, whatever they want to say. But then when inflation went down to 2-3% or so, even 4%, did they lower their prices for us? No, they didn't. And that's the thing about all this stuff is it's real easy to be like, blame taxes or blame this or blame that. But it's like, yo, you are clearly not even going to take, that big of a hit anyways. You know what I mean? But still, like, you're not going to adjust things back to a normal setting. And like I said, that's where I usually have a problem with stuff. So yeah, I'm not down with some crazy tariffs or anything like that. But if you guys think I'm just going to skirt Lego's own responsibility of being greedy, you know what I mean? Like just straight up being greedy about stuff, then yeah, that's not going to fly. But again, this is a much bigger discussion. I am curious to see what everybody's, you two, if you have any comments. I'm going to go through the chat and see if anybody else, has any comments about anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've already, had, when I order pick a brick online from Lego, and I already kind of steered away from buying standard. Sometimes you can't, if you really need a certain piece or color or whatever of that piece, it's very hard. But I try, like, especially when I'm doing my mocks, I try to like get everything from bestseller so I can get it in 2 weeks, as opposed to waiting a month, sometimes a month and a half, even on average, just to get it from Europe. So it was already kind of a hindrance just to do it that way. And now it's just going to make me not want to buy it more. Well, I mean, obviously we can't. We don't even have a choice. They're not even giving you the option, which is odd. They're not even giving you the option to eat the cost. Like, hey, we'll charge you for it.
And people would do that too. So that's why it's definitely like, I feel like it's a money grab. Just solely because they're already starting to release, like I've like said earlier, like they're already doing shrinkflation. So they've already started to release a whole bunch of these overpriced sets, making the piece count high by just using two tile studs instead of just using a regular. So that's all they're doing. And like the thing that sucks is that I was like, oh, should I hurry up and buy stuff? Because I'm about to start mocking and doing things. So now what does that look like? Are we going to have to, like, I'm looking at, my boutique hotel, because I want to do a horror scene series of it. I'm like, I might just open that up and part that out. So it's like, how many sets are about to get opened up, parted out for people that don't usually part it out?
Right. Yeah.
And it's going to affect Bricklink too, because those international sales are like I was having problems finding, like, I guess again, first world problems, but I was having problems finding my hat, my mariachi hat, the sombrero for my Sig Fig in the United States. A lot of them, like there would be somebody selling 1 here. I'm not going to order from 20 people just to order 20 hats. So I try to look, in Europe, and I was looking at Germany. Even then, it was before all this. It was already telling me like, hey, it's going to be more to ship it to you. And I'm like, well, I was paying more for the shipping than I was for the hats. And so I was like, well, why am I even doing that at that point? And so that was even starting to affect Bricklink, you know.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard to do this all the time, but like anytime there's something I don't understand or maybe disagree with or whatever, I always do as much research on it as I can. You know what I mean? And I always definitely look on both sides of things, try to understand all the different sides and perspectives of everything. And yeah, like with certain taxes and tariffs and all that. And I've done a lot of research on it. And like first of all, these things have been going on a long time. It's not like this is anything new. Now, some of the stuff I agree with, some of it I don't. Some stuff I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. Some stuff I'm like, yeah, I can see where that would be helpful. You know what I mean? As far as maybe trying to bring productions over here and stuff. But here's the other thing too that is kind of up in the air, is anybody that ships stuff over to us to make money, like the US is a huge, you know what I mean, consumer. Like as far as the consumerism goes. So like a lot of the businesses, they really need to weigh out like, okay, I might not make as much money, but I'm still going to make a ton of money over there. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, but it's an interesting point. And
I thought we were supposed to open up an area here up all the beach.
That's another thing. See, I forgot I had screenshotted some comments in that one article that was sent to us. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of very interesting comments out there. And that's one of the ones somebody brought up is like, in Richmond, they're getting ready to build this factory. You know what I mean? So
and that was the whole point of it, was that we were going to be able to get standard bricks from that factory now instead of having to order it from Europe.
So now they're double backing on, backbacking on what they're.
And a lot of people are already blaming these price hikes on Lego just recently, on tariffs as well, which may be true. It could, I don't know for sure, because again, Lego doesn't communicate very well, which is another thing. Like I really wish they'd use their land for is to help flow of communication to their consumers. You know what I mean? But regardless, so will they be lowering the prices back down when they have now production coming in Richmond, or where they don't have to ship stuff overseas? I mean, that's what I mean. It's like, look, I'm not against if they need, even though again, they can clearly afford it. You know what I mean? But I'm not against if you're trying to adjust, you know what I mean? If prices get raised, I'm not against that, man. But it's like, well, okay, if they go back down, like, adjust again, like what, you can only go up.
Yeah, right. In their mind, you can only go up.
Well, and I have a lot of friends that work in like corporate world and stuff, and they say like, yeah, they could, but they're not going to, because that's not the standard. You know what I mean? Because look, if you make billions of dollars, right, like profit, and then you go down, even though you're still making billions of dollars, you're only hyper focused on that quarter. You know what I mean? So now you're in the red. Holy shit, we can't go in the red, dude. That's bad for the company. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, dude, you're still making $5.3 billion, like instead of 5.4. So
that ceiling keeps getting raised, and they'll never lower it back down. They'll never be like, oh, we're making too much money here. Let's give it back.
And I think Lego already had this plan. It just so happened, the tariffs just so happened to fall in place with it, because we've seen over the years that the prices have gone up. So it's just like, okay, cool. We're going to seize this opportunity now, because let's not forget, there are billions of bricks floating around the ocean still.
Yeah. And
from
even
the Lego ship. So
I know. Also, there's a video floating around. I've been meaning to watch it, about it's sort of like a conspiracy thing where Lego is literally, like, purposely pushing a lot of people out, because I think the whole video is about where Lego might be going into the frame of mind where we're going to keep raising our prices, and then even though we're not going to have as many customers, but those ones are still going to pay for more money, like spend more money. So it either evens out in a way anyways, because they're going to have a problem with production. And look, this goes for everything. I've been screaming like Chicken Little about this stuff for years, man. Like eventually inflation as a whole is going to be too much. Like when a lot of us, when we were kids, you hear grandparents be like, when I was a kid, gum was a nickel. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm looking at like stuff and I'm like, God, man, when I was a kid, a candy bar was only $1. You know what I mean? Like,
walk into a store with $1.
But it's like, then what, like again, my kid's gonna be like, oh man, when I was a kid, candy bar was only $5. You know what I mean? Like how until we can't, because it's not like wages are keeping up. You know what I mean?
No, they're not. Yeah,
stuff, you know what I mean? So eventually it's like a rubber band, it's stretching, man, and eventually something's gonna snap. And stuff's just going to be like you can't go buy a freaking McDonald's value meal, man, without spending.
Dude, fast food is so expensive now.
Like healthy food's expensive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's
just don't eat.
Yeah,
and I'm preaching to the choir here, but it's just a lot of us we're so busy, man. It just in our lives, man. Like they said, the rat race, your family, doing stuff, channels, like social media. Like we just forget, we're disconnected with like how money is created and all this stuff. And it's like, it doesn't just fall out of trees. Every dollar that's in your wallet is debt. That's how we have money. It's created out of debt, and we never pay this debt off. And if you guys know anything about like the, what do they call it? Our national debt, right? I think that's what it is. I don't know how many trillions of dollars, man. Like, we're in.
It's not even it's just ridiculous.
So the overall point of this is like with Lego that I was just saying. Eventually, production for this, it's not going to be worth it for them. You know what I mean? So I think that this video that I want to watch, and maybe we'll watch it together one day. We'll like pause it so we don't get a copyright or something. But yeah, it has to do with like them trying to push people out in a way, make it
right. Makes sense, man. Because they have to make less, like you said, and then they can only concentrate on those people that stuck around, and can afford.
And then you also got to think about it too. I've noticed they're also marketing a lot to teenagers now. They're putting a lot more in the ads with teenagers that are obviously their middle school, high school age versus just the little kids. So that's their way of, like, if you look at video games, things like that, if you get them right there where you have a high schooler first job, they don't have to, their job is solely to just throw money away. Boom.
I'm telling you, man.
Now you got it sucked in.
What Lego should do, I mean, they should still keep making bricks, but I think they should pull back on some of it. And I think they should make, if it's possible, it's got to be possible, they should make their own virtual reality game. I mentioned this before about how like
aren't they coming out with the game?
You build Legos virtually, man. But you can make a castle that you can go into with Lego or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they try to do that with video,
in
right?
Lego world,
right? Huh? Yeah.
They try to do that stuff with the video line, but that didn't really pan out very well.
Because eventually, I don't know, man.
Because I know you could film it with your phone and film the minifigs, and then they would do stuff, and you could add sound and stuff. But then you could be in it too. Like if you wanted, you were filming your friends, they could be in the video with it,
Right.
So it was kind of like a way to do that, but not really, I mean, I just don't think it picked up very well.
I just feel like that would be awesome,
But then, I mean, you can already kind of do that, maybe not that simply, but you can already do that with Bricklink Studios.
Like virtual reality, like you could put something on and walk into the world and do it.
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
But at that
and I don't
point,
even mean like
that's kind of hard to find it. So you would have to. So what you're saying is that, say you want to build the vending machine, you already have it there. The bricks are already pulled out for you, so you just go and start reaching, start pulling.
Yeah, like so, like just think of Bricklink Studio or whatever, but like you would be in it. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could just pick up these pieces, or maybe you can even enlarge it too. You know what I mean? So the bigger pieces, or whatever the case may be. I just think that would be the next step for them, man. Like screw these Skywalker sagas and all this stuff, man. No, man. Like take all that money, man. Invest in something really crazy, like high tech that you can try and make affordable as well.
That would be one way.
Reality systems where you're in there, like shooting stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's not like it can't be done.
That would be one way of saving space, right? Because then you can just have a virtual city that you've built,
and then you can plug it into your computer so you can show it to everybody and stuff, or whatever. You know what I mean? I just feel like that would be, if you're going to invest in games and try and compete, you know what I mean, in this technology world, you know what I mean? Like I feel like the next step where you got to go. Because I mean, the other games are fine to a degree, but I don't think it's going to get them where they need to. By the way, I love Rapture's Raccoons coming here. I wish we would all take a stance and not buy Lego for a year. That would bring prices down.
I don't know. I would say I'm with you, but the way how people would buy a whole bunch and resell it,
Stephanie says, to be honest, I bought more non-Lego sets this summer than Lego. The prices are so much lower and they're up the quality. Look, I think
You know
this
what?
is, again, I know we always talk about like even how big a lot of these companies get, they're not going to be the lion's share of the bricks. Obviously, like Lego will still be that. But dude,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I definitely think there's obviously going to be a huge subset of people like, but it's becoming more and more and more and bigger and bigger and bigger with these other companies, man. Now I'm seeing all kinds of people, and not just like somebody like me. I'm seeing like people that run Lego Masters now doing this stuff. I've seen land members doing this stuff. And I got to wonder if Lego either doesn't care, or maybe they do, or they don't care. They're so cocky. They're like, yeah, even land members, they could go ahead and do it. Like, we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I think
Mattel made a splash right over the top, and then I haven't really seen anything from them. Like they made they came out hard, and then you're like, okay, you keep that same momentum and just start dropping sets every month, then maybe people will jump online. But I haven't seen nothing from them.
I think they're gonna grow more and more with the car stuff. But dude, what are they called now? Lumabrick?
No.
Yeah, Lumabrick.
Yeah, no. They were named Fun Hole. I'm calling them Fun Hole because I'm still getting boxes that say Fun Hole on it. So until they get in the mail, a Lumabrick box, I'm not calling it.
It's funny. It's more fun to say. I mean, even when Mrs. Hive's like, "Hey, you got a Fun Hole here," I'm like, "Yeah, right, I do.
Bet I do."
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This is Good Morning Brick World. Sorry, guys. I was talking about the set though.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think the reason why Lego is still not gonna have any contenders like Lumabricks is because that's just the building block name. It's like Kleenex.
Yeah.
Nobody says like, "Oh, give me," well, maybe.
And Lego knows this.
Like that. Yeah, so they know that it's the name. As you can sit up there and have a set, you're like, "Oh, that's a cool Lego." It's not Lego. It's Mattel.
And dude, think about it. Like, again, I know some people don't like me saying this, because obviously adults welcome, and stuff like that. But ultimately, Lego was made for kids, and it's still supposed to be mostly a kid's brand. If anything, again, I know people don't like when I say this, but I think adults really just kind of messed it all up. They've turned it into a totally different thing than what it was when you're a kid. You know what I mean? But whatever, that's a whole different discussion we can talk about one day. But they I don't even know how to put this the right way. I mean, Lego is, they've become something that I don't like in a way. You know what I mean? It's not like they still have great points and great things they do. Obviously, man, they do a lot of nice stuff, but it's just they've become such almost a corporatized thing. As far as like, again, cutting costs and doing a lot of stuff that I think is just crappy. And I've talked about it before, where they've like taken away the calendar that we used to have. Or like when they do the gift of purchase, they came with a modular, but they do the gift of purchase a month after the modular came out. And it's like, what are you guys? I mean, you're doing it because people are going to buy the modular day one, and then you're doing it because people will still buy a modular or maybe whatever and still wait to get the gift of purchase. I don't know, man. Just a lot of like shady type of tactics, in my opinion. But yeah, as far as like not buying them, or as far as like the other brands, because like I said, the Lumabricks, man, with the modulars, are incredible.
About to do one this week, next weekend.
But Lego definitely runs on their brand. That's for sure. They know it, and I think it's dangerous because, again, I think it's almost like what happened 20 some years ago. They got very cocky. They started making a lot of bad decisions, started putting a lot of money into different things they probably shouldn't have done. And then all of a sudden, so I don't know, but
who knows? Maybe that's their plan.
It's hard to say. It could be their
secret plan because it's like they already know. We know history repeats itself, and it wouldn't be the first time their eyes were bigger than their stomach.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening.
Yeah.
Did anything good happen out of that? Because I wasn't around during that time. Like, did anything good happen out of that? Where they kind of crashed.
Well, they went back to basics. I mean, there was a few things they did. There is because because when I made the video a couple years ago now, I think it has been, like when I was doing research, I noticed there was like these hopping off points, man, with Lego where they got bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
First, it was the biggest thing was like when they came with architecture line.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's when they realized they could charge us a lot more. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's also when they started pulling adults in. So that was starting to become a bigger market. Then like the Lego movie, when that came out, that sprung up into a whole nother stratosphere. All the people that make video content, you know what I mean? Like we were just plastering Lego all over the place. Then the army of land members that they got, like there was just, and then the pandemic, like there were certain events that kept happening, like within like a several year period that again just propelled them into the stratosphere. And they're still doing it. Then like the next thing was like the adults welcome thing where they start pulling more adults in with the nostalgia and all that. So yeah, you know, it's just a matter of like now it's like they've got like whatever, I feel like 150 Lego stores all over the place.
Yeah.
And
they bet on more than what they could chew.
They've been heavily investing in China. You know, obviously that's a big market. Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know. It's one of these things only time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely just gonna do a reset because if they keep going up, it's hard to tell because if they keep going up, like people's priorities are changing with and also how many people actually have, you know, like just money that they can just spend
Mhm.
with that too. And then also other people have to kind of be a little bit smart about it where you got to think about it. We all have backlogs. So in theory, we could not buy Lego sets for a year.
You know what's funny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I just went to the new Lego store that opened up here in Georgia, the Perimeter Mall, which they just closed one and opened up another one. It's not like they opened up a brand new one. And my neighbor was like, "Oh, you got some stuff?" I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna have a long night building that." I was like, "No, that's one in my backlog. I'm already.
if you only knew.
That's I'm not building this stuff for another year, probably."
That's actually going to be our topic for next week is backlogs.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of us have backlogs. But, you know, when I'd say within a couple of years after I came out of my dark ages, I remember having a debate with people about how I was saying like, nah, man, the AFOL market's much bigger, I think, than what people think it is. And everybody's like, no, it's only like, you know, like 10% or something like that. I just feel like it's especially at this point now, because look, with us, it's not like we go buy, like you just said, we don't go buy like one set, build it and display it, and then we're done with it. Like we bought all kinds of stuff, man. Like we buy minifigs and, you know, like some sets. And then again, like we'll get to is the backlog. But a lot of us have like cities, even if we don't have as much space as me, you know, you still cram a lot into one room.
Yeah.
And some of us, it's hard to maybe admit it, but I think, you know, I'll speak for myself. I've gotten better and calmed down, but dude, I was highly addictive to buying Lego, man. I just buy Lego just to buy it. Or, and Mrs. High is really bad for this, not with Lego, but with other stuff. Like if there's a sale or something, even though she had no intentions of buying anything, like didn't need it, didn't want it, but hey, that's a really good deal. I need to go buy that, you know? And that's why we have like double VIP points and gift purchases.
I'm a sucker for spend $10 more and you won't have to, you know, do shipping. Even if the shipping's less than what I would have spent, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to ship. I want free shipping. Yeah, I'll spend that extra $10. Then I'm like searching the web to try to find something for $10.
Which kind of goes back to the long discussion debate, not even a heavy debate, but definitely a debate I've had that we've all kind of had. Many of us have different opinions on it and stuff about where you should be responsible and accountable for how you spend your money and all this, right? But I can't just dismiss the psychological effects that again FOMO has on you, the double VIP points, the gift with purchase. I mean, especially certain things like a gift with purchase. If there's a price range that's still kind of within your range, not $1,000 Death Star, but you know what I mean, it's kind of within your range. Like, yeah, man, you're gonna be like, if I don't get the gift purchase, man, I'm gonna be spending $80 or more on the gift purchase anyway. Like what? Like you start like just calculating stuff.
That's my logic.
All the figs, like it's.
My logic. My logic the other day when I went to the store with Leslie, she's like, I had to spend $150 to get the stupid gift with purchase opening store. I wanted to get it right because it was the grand opening, and I'm like, but look at all the sets I'm getting for $150. It's more than one. Like, I'm not buying a $150 set. I got 4 sets here. And she's like,
But
okay,
here's
whatever.
here's
See,
something
but
else.
that's the psychological part of it. And that's why, like, for me, because I have a background in behavioral science. So that's where I'm just like, I'm able to have the self control because I'm already knowing. So, like, when things are on sale, I always ask myself, would I would I have bought it if it wasn't on sale? If the answer is no, then I'm not buying it. And that's
Mhm.
also for me with the Lego set. I purposely have not bought sets because I'm waiting for a good gift with purchase. But then I also discovered Facebook Marketplace. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to why am I gonna spend $250 on like, recently I had to try to force myself to spend $250 because I've already gotten sets that I want, and
Mhm.
I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go on Facebook Marketplace and get this gift with purchase for $50." I'm
Yeah.
saving,
Right.
in
Yeah,
theory,
some-
$200.
Right.
Something else too that's kind of part of this conversation, and Stephanie made me think about it. Until these other companies get shelf space in stores, Lego will always dominate. Normies just don't know what to look for online. But
Mhm.
shelf space,
Ah, that's
this is because we've been talking about if they're trying to push people out, even if they're not trying to, they're just doing it because you're raising prices and people are eventually can't really afford it. And even when you buy stuff on clearance, it's like, wait a minute, this is 50% off, but this was like the same price it was like roughly a year or two ago. It's like. And even when stuff is on clearance, like because of, no, I'm not throwing shade, but like Bricklink store owners, what I mean? Obviously go try and scoop up stuff. And the reason I'm not throwing shade is because when we need to mock stuff, we
that's our
buy
go-to.
stuff for Bricklink stores, man. They serve a purpose. Or scalpers, flippers, obviously employees of the stores can snatch up the stuff. It's not easy. And then we compete with each other, just going out trying to buy deals. So it's not like it's
Yeah.
easy. But when they get to a point where they can't push and sell their stuff as much, you look at your Walmarts and your Targets, man, like they could have 2 aisles dedicated to just Lego. How long is it going to be until another company or maybe more of these cheaper block companies that are starting to fill up more space because they've been, and where I'm at, they're putting them in the same aisles as Lego pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere
Because
here,
they
it's like,
don't know. They're not fanatics like us, man. They're
Yeah,
just
they
like,
don't know,
they're building
right.
blocks. They can just go in the same aisle.
right. They don't know what they are. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I'm curious
Wait,
if that eventually
I will
will.
say though, like a deterrent for me that's been is that going into like a Walmart or Target,
Mhm.
they're locked up. I'm gonna need people in LA to stop stealing Lego sets.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Some of the Walmarts are
like
locked up here
straight,
too. Yeah.
because it's bad enough with all these big companies. They don't want to spend money on employees. So if I have to push this button and wait more than 2 minutes, I'm just walking away
Yeah.
Do you know
Like-
why I said that adults are ruining Lego?
because of that too.
Well, it's like cards.
Yeah.
Made me think about Pokemon cards.
Oh,
And before I say anything, I know I'm probably going to make a lot of people mad. Like, I'm not saying adults shouldn't collect these things. I'm just going to point out the reality of the situation.
Right.
Once
right.
we got involved, whether it was
Lego wasn't made to collect; it was made to build and
it was made for kids to just build. Even if you're building IP sets, you're still building sets. You're playing with them. You know what I mean? Like,
whole thing.
that's what I understand the definition of play, because obviously I've had this kind of debate with other people in the past. You know what I mean? I get it. Me setting up, the Lego for the introduction stuff. I get it. That's technically play.
We're playing.
But when I say play, I'm talking about like, like you're sitting here playing with them.
Right,
like a little
right.
kid, you know what I mean?
What are you doing with your camera? Going,
Right. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not even talking about like making a stop motion, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about with the
Right.
So, like when they sell you a set that's $300, $400, $500 with play features, like I get it, it's cool the wings flap, but is it really worth the extra $100 you're paying for it? You know what I mean? Just so you can flap the wings a couple times. Like
right.
maybe it is for some people. Clearly, a lot of people have argued with me about this, and it is for them. But the thing I'm trying to get at is they're definitely pricing people out. You know what I mean? And I don't know again what eventually is going to happen with it. And the reason this conversation is coming up right now is because we were talking about like tariffs and them raising the prices, and obviously now with the pick a brick, special parts or whatever, which.
That's our
I mean, I would assume that wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Like once they get the factory in Richmond, but maybe it still would be because they don't have the molds over here. I don't know, man.
I wonder if mocking came about because They've taken the play factor away from Lego, and now it's more of a just you're building a set, right? Because back in the day, like you said, you just buy bricks, right? And you would come up with your own imagination, build your own stuff, come up with your own things. Now they're giving that to you. They're like spoon feeding it to you and so you don't have to think. You just following an instruction book, but you don't have to come up with your own imagination anymore. So I wonder if mocking came about because of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume
With
mocking
different
really
brains.
came about just people want to just build their own stuff. You know what I mean? Because I agree, it's fun to just build stuff just by reading the instructions, and you don't have to think to it. You know what I mean? It's very therapeutic for a lot of people. But what I was kind of getting at though with the adult stuff is more of like money, because once we got into it, then we started throwing money around, and things started becoming more expensive because or we're cleaning out an aisle or this or that. But like with the Pokemon card stuff, you know what I mean? Like, when a card becomes, even a newer card becomes like worth so much money, obviously a kid's not gonna be able to get it. You know what I mean? Unless it's some sort of gift or something. You know what I mean? So I just feel like we pulled the innocence out of a lot of toys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
I think part of it is that, and then the other part of it is, I remember when I was a kid, I was like 9 or 10. I always gravitated towards the big Lego set. So at least for Christmas and my birthday, I would get one. I guess in a sense, if you convert the pricing of it from then to now, from the 90s to now, it would have been a present day $200 set. So I think what it is that, so I've always been a build, display, and figure it out later person, but ever since I was a kid. But I think too, the thing is that, so we did kind of ruin it, but you can also look at it like with video games. We're all kids of video games and arcades. I remember for the longest, PlayStation, Xbox games, they were always $50. And then out of nowhere, the prices shot up to $60, $70 for these extra exclusives. So I think Lego started looking at those models of what companies got kids and slowly went to adults. And so now let's see how that goes, like you said, with the adults welcome.
Yeah.
And with that, and even all the ideas, like the vending machine, the arcades, it's still channeling our inner child, but with somewhat adult money.
Yeah. And look, I should probably retract that statement. I don't know if ruined is the right word.
No, we did.
Well, the reason I say that is because we've also, as adults, have brought a lot of good stuff to Lego. And Mox is probably a prime example of that. Dude, there is stuff, and I've mentioned this a billion times, there is stuff some mock builders build, like I'm just completely in awe of. And that's as I'm an artist that draws, you know what I mean? Like, and I've worked on some mocks, but I'm not a mock builder by any means, like on that kind of level. But like, Moto, I see Moto out there. What's up, Moto?
Man,
Moto is a perfect example, I always like to bring up Moto a lot of times because Moto makes very unique, like mock builds using unique pieces and unique techniques. Stuff I've never seen anybody else really do before. But so I don't know if ruin is, I don't know what the right word would be, because yes, I think we've definitely messed stuff up when it comes to money and pulling a lot of the innocence out of it. This whole market, and I don't even blame individuals necessarily. It's just the market.
Like it's market, because it's almost like sneakers.
Supply and demand.
It's almost like with sneakers. And like,
it's just
have the people with the bots buying a whole bunch.
Right.
And with that, the same thing where like I came up on this person that had really good deals on a whole bunch of Lego sets. There were people that were there like, oh, I'm about to buy this. I have a Brinklink Studio, blah, 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 blah. But I have a whole storage unit. So I'm just going to let them sit and wait until they go up, because they can. They're fortunate enough where they work in an industry where they have that type of money. And that's also what pisses me off, because it's like, I just saw you're buying 30 of these, whatever sets, Wolverine claws, and you're just gonna sit and wait until they retire.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
but that's brought it out in a lot of us, because we're trying to then justify like trying to buy more sets, right? So,
but
when I see them on sale, I'm like, I'll buy a couple so I can flip those, and maybe then I can buy one set with those two that I sold.
No, for sure. I just did that with a couple of sets, but the thing is that that's buying one set.
But the
That's
thing,
not
Right. No,
buying
yeah,
four
yeah,
sets.
yeah.
but the thing,
Right, right.
the distinction for me is all this stuff I agree with, but like when you talked about the sneakers and stuff, but I think the distinction is like, I don't know if we would all agree on this or not, because again, we're adults, you know, AFOLs or even in Pokemon, obviously adults,
I
and
was
which
a
is
Pokemon
fine,
kid.
you know what I mean? Like and enjoy Pokemon. But again, I feel like these things, not sneakers, you know, or not maybe even collectibles, you know what I mean? But like Lego, Pokemon, these things were originally directed towards kids, and I feel like they still are. It just there are also adults in the market.
But
So
because we're
that's
still those kids. We're those kids that grew up. Like
right, but
I still play
there's
video
still a
games.
distinction
Like,
between a kid and an adult, though. I mean, like
yeah.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Yeah, I'm a kid at heart, and I'm probably more immature than a 5-year-old most of the time. But it doesn't mean I'm not. You know, like that's. You know, it's so. And I'm trying to tread loosely with this because I don't want anybody to think, because clearly, you know, I'm an AFOL. Like, you know, I don't like. Pokemon's not my jam, but I love Magic the Gathering, even though I feel like might be more geared at least towards more teens than adults. But
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
so I don't know. And I just saw Rapture made a really another good comment. AFOL has changed the market for good and bad. Yes, it is a
Mhm.
balance that has been corrupted by Lego. There, I said it. The reason I wanted to say that is because does Lego have responsibility in some of this stuff? You know,
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
it's one thing for the adult welcomes part of it, but I feel like there's been maybe some things that I can't think of at the moment that they've
Yeah,
done
There's
to.
one thing that to welcome us than to just open the door wide open and just let
Oh
us
yeah.
flood in.
Just think about it, because we
Because
have
that's what
the
they've done. I can't remember the last time I've gone down an aisle of Lego and seen 90% of it is for adults. The other
Oh yeah.
there's Duplo sets for kids and a little bit here, but it's not. The rest of it is all for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
And they knew what they were doing, especially because you have, you know, studio.
Mhm.
And you have the whole, I'm blanking out on the name, but for you to submit things. So why else would you not say, hey, we're gonna have you can make these sets however you make it with studio, and then we're gonna have fans vote. They know there are what 10, 11-year-old, you know, is on there voting
Mhm.
for
Mm.
sets,
Yeah.
which is like, so that's where I'm like, there's that they are juggling between the two. The only reason why I'm using like the video game reference is because that is a world too where like I play Fortnite. I
Mhm.
also play Grand Theft Auto
Right.
with that. So it's like those are one is a kid game that's also geared to adults and teens. The other one is obviously an adult game.
Right.
So so that's where Lego knows what they're doing by saying, "Hey, we're gonna have these fans vote for these sets." There's a reason why we have a Gizmo set coming out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh,
Who
yeah. As soon as I saw that,
who
I
knows?
want it.
Like
It's right up my alley. Right.
who knows about Gizmo unless you're in that era?
Mhm.
So that's why I'm like, they're pushing it to adults.
Yeah, my
But
daughters
that,
don't know about Gizmo.
yeah.
Yeah, a
So
lot of people don't.
I
like
mean,
I
that hit me as
oh,
I saw that the promo for it. I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm already off
it
that day. I
brought me
took that day off.
back. Like I see the movie in my head. Me and my wife were
Yeah.
talking about it. You know,
They ain't
yeah.
getting my ass. I'll tell you that.
Does it look too
Dude,
much?
and I
like
saw that
Ewok?
movie
Does it
in
look
the
too much like
theater when it
Ewok?
came out, man. Like I was a kid and I saw that movie in the
I had
theater. We actually had to leave at the end because
oh
when they were killing
mhm.
Stripe, it was freaking me out because I was only like 8 years old or something. Man, I was really young.
Oh no, I have at the family house, I have a Gizmo. It's mine because it has like my name on the bottom of it. The Gizmo, I guess what you would call it now, the Funko Pop. Like
Mm,
I have one. Like that was my thing. So it's
mhm.
like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
And you know, it's
yeah.
so funny those '80s movies that we watched as kids. I wouldn't show them to my daughter. Like I thought,
No,
like even
my niece and nephew
Ghostbusters.
know.
Like I was talking to my wife, and she's like,
Oh,
"Remember
that's
that
so
one scene in
bad.
Ghostbusters?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they can't see that." Like,
Nope.
Well, and
you know what I'm saying?
that's the.
That's the best part.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, most of us don't care because either we grew up in it or we just like it.
Right.
I was saying we like dirty or crude humor. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like even Gremlins.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
like,
so
and it was
bad.
not a
Like,
big deal, but I could see some people thinking like when the gremlin was like flashing, you know,
That was
obviously you
pretty
don't see like
serious.
anything, it's a gremlin, but like just the whole aspect of he's like flashing the woman,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, they'd be like, kids watch this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was the
Childish.
80s.
And we came out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, the quotation marks. Okay. I will say this: it definitely made us resilient to a lot of things. That's for sure, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're probably not in the best way.
No,
Like,
but
we're not.
Wait,
I
that's why
feel
we're
like
having
we're
these
pretty
conversations.
empathetic about stuff, but at the same time, we're like, get up.
Yeah.
You got to get up.
Yeah, get up,
You gotta just get up and do it
Get
again.
on your Zoom and
Right.
go.
So, anyways, a big discussion, obviously, and it's a discussion that continues.
Oh,
You know, this is something that a lot of us continue to talk about because we don't know exactly what's happening. I mean, obviously, we see prices rise, shrinkflation, a lot of stuff Lego does that seems kind of shady, odd, weird. But yeah, until we know more, till stuff happens, you know what I mean? But I will say this: prices aren't going to go down.
Oh no.
So
No.
a lot of us are already doing this,
Rapture.
and as the years, I know he's throwing out some good comments, but as the years go on, more and more of us are going to start drawing a line in the sand. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, I can only do this much now, or this is it. And that's what I did about a year and a half ago, roughly. I started
you know
pulling back
what?
more and more. Huh?
But Lego's gonna be okay because they've gotten the kids who are gonna be at that point adults with Wicked, with
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
with the Fortnite stuff,
Mhm.
and then there's gonna roll over. So that's why it's like it is a 50-50 to see what those sets are gonna look like. So
The last thing I will say before we move on, because we definitely have to move on, is, and I'm not even exaggerating or anything, it seems like literally every single time I'm in the Lego aisle at whatever store and some parent or whatever does come in there, man, they say something about the price. They're always saying, like, man, Lego's getting expensive, or I can't afford, like, kid wants something, I can't afford this, or
Mhm.
they'll scream how awesome they are, which they are.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we'll see what happened. Flashing Gremlin, my new A-fall. Dude, he was getting into it too, man.
Yeah.
He was like moving around. That was the thing about
Man,
Gremlins.
I gotta go watch it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Gremlins they were so funny, man, because they're just so chaotic.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
I know. You know, another 80s movie I was watching yesterday was Twilight Zone, the movie.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Wait, they did remake it again, I think. But the one I'm talking about is the one
The original.
Steven
Right.
Spielberg did back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. I know we're supposed to talk about cities, Lego cities. Like, we got like 15 minutes and I still got to do the giveaway. So we're going to do the giveaway real quick and then we'll talk about some Lego cities.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me share the screen. I think, oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. I have to share the screen in a different way real quick because I have to put the sound on. But, it's a good discussion. I like talking about these things. I like all of us throwing out our opinions and perspectives on stuff. I feel like that's the best way to get a good sense of everything.
And especially because me growing up, I always grew up being told Lego is expensive. So to see the price,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
the price, like the cost of money, like the converter for 1992 to now. Yeah, it's a $250 set. Like, yeah, that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's on brand.
You'd think it was like moon rocks they were selling on those things, man. Like the rarity of it or something. Like, I can't even like do an original piece of artwork and get more money in some of these Lego sets. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Right now we have 41 entries. So you have a 1 in 41 chance, or is it 1 in 40 chance?
Better than the mega lottery.
Yeah, right. Yes, you have a much better chance of winning something here than
Oh,
the lottery. So I guess think about it like that. And I don't know. I decided to put these two fish in the middle for whatever reason. All right. First person that gets picked is the winner. Good luck. Oh, man, I took out the music. That's no good. Papa Trip.
Hey.
What?
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Papa Trip, congratulations.
Nice.
Hold on a
Papa
minute.
Trip. Heck yeah.
All right, Papa Trip.
Hanging
Why do I
out in
feel like
Hilton
you already-
Head, you win a prize.
I think he was already one of the winners before. Maybe that won something I haven't sent out. I got to double check because, like I said, I got everything written down. But Papa Trip, definitely
Get some things now, Papa
let
Trip.
me
Great.
know where to send it. I need to know. Actually, I think he's going to be on the replay game. I think that's what he was saying earlier today.
Oh.
He said, "There's no city talk." I know, man. We started talking about taxes and stuff. No, we're gonna talk. We still got
Things that are
Yeah.
affecting our city life.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, the craziest thing about the city stuff that I really kind of wanted to get into is, the different aspects of city building.
Mhm.
I feel like, you can see behind Lego Longoria and me, like we have a pretty conventional type of setup.
Mhm.
Now,
I mean,
obviously,
I don't
when I
know.
think,
Look at his other 15 tables.
well, when I say conventional, I mean like, yeah, you got your tabletops and you put some cities on top of it, or you city on
Mhm.
top of it. But even that aspect is in many different ways.
Mhm.
I mean, you could just even see clearly we have different types of designs to ours. I've changed mine around a lot. Right now, I basically have it like where it's one long section kind of going all the way around. So it's
Mhm.
just easier to kind of get to everything. Because I used to have it like one big thing in the middle, but then I had
Mhm.
to like actually get up onto the city to like move stuff around. It's
Yeah.
pretty
That's
wild.
kind of hard.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
So then there's other setups. Shy is one I like to always point out because Shy has a shelf city,
Hmm.
self.
Say that 5 times.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Slow.
He has a city on a shelf.
Yeah.
Um, but it's amazing.
Mhm.
I love the way he's done it. And if I didn't have the room, that's exactly what I would do as well. But he even took it a step further because I've seen a lot of people with cities on the shelves. But he like made it look like it was almost like on a mountain kind of thing with the design of that. Then eventually he put lights in every one of his modulars.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That was dope.
Yeah. So Chai is a very unique city. Other types of cities that I've seen is like maybe a micro city.
Mhm.
Again, if you don't have a lot of room, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I
feel
thought
like
about doing that.
They have one
Yeah.
at Legoland, Florida. They have like a micro city there, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Right.
huge, but it's a micro city.
That's the reason why I was like, I don't want to do a micro city because the micro city would just be just as big as the larger one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
It just starts evolving.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I started with one little table, and then you start
Yeah.
getting more ideas the more sets you get, and you're like, oh, I can put that there, I can do that there. Oh,
Right.
that'll be cool here. Like, and then it just gets to this.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, I know myself, so I know how to stop myself from
Yeah.
doing things. I was like, yeah, let's not do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at the point that I'm getting ready to build the Palace Cinema pretty soon and put that in. And I have the Up House that I was going to put a couple of them together, build that. And then that Creator 3-in-1 noodle shop. I bought a few of those to put
See,
together.
that's one that I wanted to get.
Oh yeah, I have one of those somewhere over here.
Of course you do.
And I'll probably, because I get the modulars every year, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
But more, what I'm getting at is like I've got enough room to put a few more in, and then like what I've got is full.
Yeah.
Okay, so now are you going to add more tables? Like,
Well, that's something that I
now?
think a lot of us have to ask ourselves eventually, whether it's a city or displays or whatever. Like, when I get to this point where I don't have no more room,
Mhm.
I'm not talking to like sealed sets and a backlog. Like now I've built stuff or whatever, and I'm just like out of room for everything. Like, yeah, do I stop buying? Do I sell stuff to make room?
Right.
That's the thing about trying to figure out, and it's hard to sell some stuff,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. Prices go up.
I'm kind of worried about that too, like because I have this table right here, but I already have ideas. Like it's already full in my mind of all the backlog that I have to put on it, and then I have some ideas for a table back there, but that's full too. So once I'm done, like what am I going to do? And I don't have any more space in here.
Well, I figured out a way to give myself more display space. And it's like hanging the gunship up and stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I had to start putting shelves up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm also, and this is something Mrs. Hive is totally cool with because she was going to do it a long time ago. Like when we bought the house, like, yeah, this is the Lego room, but the hall out there and then the stairs going up, she had the idea. She's like, yeah, we should decorate this with like, your nerdy stuff. But that's what I'm going to do. Like, certain, like maybe the X-Wing, maybe the A-Wing or something like that. I'm going to hang on out there. So I figured out how to help with making shelf space and display space. You know what I mean? But the city, I could probably put another table. I could probably put one more table out there before it gets to be too much. I can't move around.
I've even thought of starting to build like something underneath the table to start putting like a sub city underneath my tables. You know,
oh yeah, you can get like Fraggle Rock underground layer.
I was actually I never did it, but I was gonna make an underwater area.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, because where the sand is, and I've even made it. When you look down on the water, you know, I use like gray, white, light gray, white. You know, so it looks like you can see it going down. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll just like build it underneath. You know what I mean? But you know, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it still works, and you can still display. Be like, hey.
But that's an underwater display, and I've never bought. I don't think I've really ever bought any underwater stuff because of that. I'm like, I can't really do anything with it yet. Just like space. I mean, I bought the Apollo, you know, when that came out, but pretty much I don't buy any space stuff because it doesn't make any sense for me to buy it. You know what I mean? Anything city pretty much related,
right?
Anything beach, desert, forest. Definitely need to get more trees. I know that. Now, something I was going to ask you, Andrew, is like, so I've seen a lot of cities that either just put modulars, like straight up modulars in. That's pretty much what I do. I've seen a lot of people make cities where they buy 4 modulars and put them all together. And then I've seen some people, and Jang's really good for this, where like they just build their own buildings. Everything's a mock. What's yours?
Mine's pretty much, you know, modulars. I do some mock like settings, like I put the Batman terminal back there, and I rebuilt the staircase coming off of that bridge. So like that's mocked, you know, and then I attached it to the terminal, so I mocked it into the set. So I try to like do a lot of mocks within my builds to kind of make it flow. Like this whole area is like the theme park, so there's you know, there's pieces where it's just a, you know, a sidewalk leading to a bridge leading to this, and obviously all that's mocked and stuff like that. And I try to, you know, when it's like you said, it's kind of hard when you get a set that's not supposed to be in the city, but I try to like place it in there and then mock around it to kind of make it flow into the city a little better.
Yeah.
You know? So that's kind of like my way of doing stuff. Before
we get to this question that Multigasm Geek's asking us, I did want to say that I've been wanting to make a video for a long time. I just never actually done it about, I personally don't think Lego made modulars to build cities with. They just made them to put on a shelf as a display.
Now they're starting to.
Well, then they need to bring back the road base plates back. Because a lot of us just can't just convert over to that stuff. You know what I mean? Unless you do Mills plates.
Yeah, see, none of my stuff is Mills plates.
Which would I like to do? Yes, but do you know how much it would cost? How much time it would put to Mills plates?
Too much.
I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like 8 tables.
Yeah,
man.
I've thought about it, but then I'm like, I would have to like literally tear everything apart to make it all Mills plate, then put it all back together. I'm like,
not worth it.
So,
unless you move and then you're
right. Then you have
you have no choice.
So, a question for this panel in chat: do you make time to play with your Lego City on a weekly or daily basis? Well, definitely for me, it'd at least be weekly.
Yeah, it'd be weekly for me.
I'm in with the intros and stuff, but
I mean, technically, since I don't have a city, I still switch my display out, so it's still weekly. If I had a city, I wouldn't touch that thing.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm touching it is because I have little projects in little parts that I have, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. So that's my play, I guess. Like I'm getting in there and I'm kind of trying to figure it all out and build it. I kind of built it for the girls to come in here, but they don't really come in here that often anymore and mess with it. So it's just me now. But
I mean, I guess I use it for 3 different reasons. One, when I do stop motions, obviously, and that's another reason why I made it easy to access, like the way I laid all the tables out, you know, because I would imagine for a lot of people, even though a lot of people have to change out the studios and settings a lot, but yeah, to have a city as big as mine to be able to literally just film stop motion, and it works out really good.
Yeah, that's what I do a lot too.
Then just city videos in general, you know, doing updates like the one I'm working on right now. But also just randomly sometimes, you know, I'll just kind of just walk up and I'll set them up in a certain way. And I have so many things to put in the city that's custom, you know what I mean? Signs, comic books, Sith holocrons, you know what I mean? Like, So there's all kinds of different like then vehicles and yeah, I mean, and they'll just be to take pictures and post on Instagram because like most people know I like post a picture usually every single day. You know what I mean? So
I like putting random minfigs in places that are not supposed to be. You know, like
right.
you know, like a superhero or something.
Well,
that's supposed to be in that spot eating a hot dog at a hot dog stand. You know, something like that.
That's what pulled me into building a city. I mean, I've always ever since I watched Beetlejuice when I was a kid. I've always liked the aspect of just having a city. You know what I mean? It's I thought I'd originally do it with models, but when I came out of my dark ages because of Star Wars, you know, buying Star Wars ships and stuff. But yeah, once I started seeing a lot of people like with city updates, and you'd see like Daredevil and Spider-Man or somebody fighting or whatever on the rooftops of the cities, like that was it, man. Because then I was like, yeah, dude, I definitely want a city because I can throw all my nerd stuff in there, and that's why I have so many different themes in the city. It's not just like super, you know, So that was one of the biggest things. That was really awesome. And then of course you buy like a speed champion car, you can put it in the city,
down the city street.
Get a speed bike, put it in the city. You got a do back and put it in the desert. So yeah, good stuff. I would guess Andre would be daily with all his great stop motion. He does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good stop motion.
Definitely. You decorate the space with your nerdy stuff. Yeah, Mrs. High is very supportive about stuff, but yeah, she's like, yeah, you're a big nerd.
She's like, that's your world.
She's a casual nerd, you know. Like she'll go watch some Marvel movies, but she don't read the comics or anything. You know, she's not really that into it. Yeah. All right, so yeah, there's a lot more stuff that I wanted to go over. So we'll do a part 2 next week, and then we'll move into backlogs next week after that. Because I wanted to also talk about like, you know, some people have cities based off friends, you know, stuff, you know, or they intertwine a lot of that stuff. Like I know I've got friend sets in there.
Yeah, me too.
Things that you put in your city, sort of like we were talking about, like superheroes and stuff like that. Different types of cities as far as like the dynamics, like elevation. I think Greg at London Bridge Bricks just did something where I think he elevated.
He did, yeah. He put up another shelf right on top of it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw an official picture of it yet. So, just stuff like that. I mean, like in mine, you know, again, we'll talk about it more later, but like in mine, like I put a tunnel for the train to go through, and then then there's trains. Like, do you have any trains? Some people have a lot of trains in their city. It's pretty wild.
The roller coasters, like how Andrew has.
I know. I'm always eyeballing that roller coaster. I'm like
both of them.
Well, I know. I see the other one back there too, and I had the pirate one. I still do. I have it like way back there, and it's packed. Like a couple of pieces fell off, and I'm like, oh, you gotta look for them.
Yeah.
All right, before we get out of here,
they go to the pad wall. But...
The what? Oh, the pad wall. Hold on a minute. Even though it wasn't really funny, but it is. But that's just because we're messed up. Anyways, let's go around the panel. Jay, you got anything you want to shout out, promote?
Well, I know we didn't talk about it yet because it's not the releases, but I've already took the first off for the Gizmo. So once I get there, I'll be on, I don't know if I'm going to be on Twitch or TikTok, but I'm just going to do a live stream build immediately once I get home.
Real quick, speaking of Gizmo, just for the chat too, raise a hand. Do you think they're going to make a gremlin?
I would love
to compliment. I hope
a brickhead gremlin. That would be cool.
I think they need to make like.
I think they're gonna make another one.
What was his name? What was the main one's name?
Stripe.
Yeah, they need to make.
Or if anything, you know what? I'm down for someone to take the Yoda and mock it because you could.
Oh yeah. You could. Remember when they killed one in the microwave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Oh, the 80s.
Good times, man. Good times. I just watched like a documentary on the Goonies as well, man.
Oh, nice. I think they're coming out
behind the scenes stuff happening that. Says, hey, since Hive has tomorrow off and most of us do part 2 tomorrow. No.
I want to sleep in.
The reason I say is because I'm not gonna get up early tomorrow. I mean, who knows, man? If everybody's slow enough, and I feel like it, maybe I'll see if everybody wants to do like a good afternoon or good
afternoon
or good evening
Brick World.
Like that. I got a lot of random other stuff to do. I got some editing I wanted to kind of catch up on. Again, I got the city video. I got a lot of videos. I still got like the week. I really want to start doing weekend reviews again. and I still have the Chicago vlog to finish. I have a lot of stuff.
I haven't touched. I'm so glad you said I haven't touched anything.
I had a
Yeah.
stop motion that I was slowly working on, you know what I mean? But then I changed the city, so I was like, no, I gotta make it. I can't use it anymore because the whole backdrop is different now. You know what I mean? It's like I took so long. I changed the city. Lego Longoria, what about you, my friend? You got anything you want to shout out, promote?
Saturday morning cartoon builds. Come
Mhm.
on, we need some entries. Every Saturday morning, show off your Saturday morning cartoon builds. Other than that, I'm gonna do that project with my wife where we're trying to get Central Perk together. I'm gonna build some of the stuff we bought at the Lego store the other day. My oldest daughter wants to go back to the Lego store, so we might go back there today to just kind of fart around, see what we can get into, and not spend any money, hopefully. But yeah, that's it.
Real quick, dude, you're absolutely right. I apologize, my friend. 53 months, man.
Oh, geez.
Nice.
Wow.
I know. I'm pretty sure Duju was like one of the original members.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. I can't thank all of you enough for the membership and stuff. Because it's what keeps this channel afloat. Because I make like maybe $15 a month on ads. It's like I don't really like make anything to like do anything with.
Right.
Not that I'm complaining, but I'm just
That's the cost of shipping.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I just like I said, but the members like they make it so I can still. Well, I've had help with that lately, but normally it's what helps me buy like stuff to give away and upgrade stuff in the channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, yeah, I appreciate it so much, man. As far as me,
what's going on with
I
you,
was
man?
gonna say, what are you doing?
we'll see how much work I can get done today and tomorrow. So I should have a city update pretty soon. I was actually really liking this one just because I really took a lot of time putting different figs in the city, doing different things, and obviously all of you all be in it as well. It's good. I just got to do one more video of the train. Like I said, I wanted to do a train point of view where you can see the camera going all around the city and stuff. Besides that, maybe I'll get some work done on some of the vlogs and all that. But as per usual, we'll have Pure Ant Fury on Friday, and then another Good Morning Brick Road on Sunday. A couple people asked me if I was going to still do some drawing streams. Yes, I just juggling stuff, So I will eventually do another drawing stream soon. So they're not my more popular things that people like to watch, which I get because they're kind of boring unless you're really into watching somebody draw stuff. Because sometimes I'm not really even talking; I'm just drawing with music in the background.
Right.
So, but some people like it. So I'll try and do some more here soon. Other than that, we'll just see what comes about. Once again, I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us, spending time with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Engaging, chatting. I always value all of your guys' opinions, even if I don't agree or even like them. I just still value you giving me time and expressing your opinion, and everybody's always respectful. So, you guys have a great weekend. Have a good Labor Day. If you got the day off.
Yeah.
Enjoy
it.
Stay safe out there.
Yes.
For anybody new around here, I'm about to play the member outro. It's basically, I just, I make sure to highlight everybody's names that are members, and I just change the backgrounds all the time. So, okay, you guys have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Weekend.